Welcome back to the Ball Knowers podcast. You gonna introduce yourself? This is our new co-host for today. The other ball knower couldn't make it, so we have ball knower number three on the pod. Lee, how about you introduce yourself?
Lee Foxton. Uh,
Don't need to say your last name per se, but if you wanted to throw that on the internet, might as well.
big big ball knower.
Yeah, we'll see if you can cut it on the ball knowers pod. I think you'll be able to.
I'll do
Uh,
my best.
yeah, you got to fill in for ball number two. Um,
I definitely know more ball than ball knower number two.
I would hope so. I also think that after today, you might be making some more frequent appearances as the three ball knowers together. So, all right, before we continue, let me just make sure we're on the right view screen, speaker. Yeah, that's how you want it. All right, today's topics today we're going to go over. We're going over our potential MVP picks for the rest of the year, who we think is going to win out, and then or who we want to win out, I should say. And then we're going to pick the best player we both think is going to be traded from each league and what team they're going to go to. I did want to predict what the playoffs are going to look like, but I think that's better to save until after the deadline because you don't know what teams are going to do. And I think like for like instance, like the Cardinals just got swept, so it's like they're probably not going to try go for it. So that kind of makes it easier for the Padres and Giants to kind of like go all in for that final wild card spot. So I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. I think it's just better to wait until after the deadline.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get right into it. All right. So on the National League, who do you have and who do you want to be winning the MVP? I have the odds right up here for the National League. Number one right now is Shohei Ohtani. I feel like that's like the easy
No,
pick.
that's ridiculous.
I mean, he probably will win. At number two, we got
Should he
PCA.
win though?
That's another question. Number two, we got PCA. At number three, we have Juan Soto. At four, we have Kyle Tucker. And rounding out in the number five spot, we have Francisco Lindor.
Where's Suzuki on that list?
Suzuki is not on this list.
He's got 26 bombs,
But I will say this.
80 ribbies.
Somehow Jackson Merrill is 19th.
I don't
So I
even know
don't
who that
know
is.
what idiot put this list together.
Right.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Seiya Suzuki's at 12. My apologies. He's behind Kyle Schwarber, Freddie Freeman, and Ketel Marte for 11, 12, 11, 10, and 9.
I just think when you look at the best, how I look at it is you have the best team in the National League right now is are the Cubbies,
Yeah.
record wise.
Yeah.
Suzuki has 80 ribbies on that team. Ribbies lead to wins.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't really fault you with that. I do think is he the best player in the
No,
National League?
he's not the best player.
But is it always go based off the player on the best team?
No.
So, I
This
mean,
is this is who I would vote for if I had a pick.
oh, if you had to pick, that's who you'd vote for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily a bad pick. Um, I think what hurts the case for the Dodgers and the Cubs the most is that they're just littered with talent.
Right.
And you have so many guys having great years
Right.
that it doesn't diminish your year, but when everyone else is like so good around you, it makes
Right.
it harder for people to see how well you're doing, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's like you don't want to be Elly De La Cruz on a shitty Reds team. Like, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, it's like Josh Allen last year.
If you want to bring football into it, by all means, we could do that. He's on the worst team in existence.
I'm
Uh,
just saying, like, he had no
Add so
talent
much
around him,
value. Yeah, yeah,
had
it's
no talent around him, but yet led him to almost a Super Bowl. So, like, if you look at somebody who's on a shit team who's leading their team to victory, I think it leads into your pick.
yeah. Uh, yeah. So my pick is going to be Juan Soto. Now, I had to look this up because I wasn't sure if this has happened before, and it has 12 times actually, is how many times a guy has not made the All-Star team and won an MVP. And I did not know that in 2021, Bryce Harper did this.
Wow.
So it does happen. It does seem like he's kind of in that Francisco Lindor territory where he got off to such a poor start, at least
Right.
amongst the fan opinion, to the point where people aren't going to want to vote for him. But I do think that if the Mets win the NL East, and he ends out, batting close to 300, 30 to 40 home runs, 110 RBIs, it's gonna be very hard to not be look at him and be like, this is the sole reason that they won the NL East.
Yeah, because the right now the Mets, everybody around him is absolute garbage.
Yeah, the team's
Like
terrible.
who's the best player? Like other than him, who's the best player? Like Pete Alonso. Like he's so hot or cold. Like you
Well,
can't
here's
rely
the
on
thing
him.
too, is just like the Cubs and Dodgers, right? You have Pete as the number 8 ranked right now for MVP odds, and I don't know how Francisco Lindor is ranked 5th.
That's ridiculous.
That's
He
absolutely
has he hasn't
ridiculous.
gotten hit in a month.
No, and he's outside of April and May, which is usually historically his bad months. He's been
Right.
pretty, or not even May, like March, April into somewhat of May. He's been pretty bad offensively,
Right.
and he wasn't great defensively to start the year either. And he cost the games, a couple games
He
early on
did. Yeah, he did. That's true.
that were completely his fault. Yeah,
Maybe
so
the
I like,
LVP if you had to put an LVP out there.
yeah, the least valuable player. You think it's
Yeah.
Lindor? No, I think if you're gonna put that stamp on a Mets player, ah, I don't know. Nemo's played better of late. But yeah, all over. Maybe actually, no, it'd be Vientos. It'd be Vientos.
Swaggy V.
He was the guy after last year where everyone was like, okay, the Mets are now a contender because you have a young star that you
Right.
didn't have to pay $250 billion to get.
Right.
And now he's terrible.
But he's got swag, so
Yeah. And honestly, my favorite player in the top 10 right now is probably James Wood. I mean, what he's doing for Washington has been pretty crazy.
I know. I just nobody gives a shit about the Nationals.
No
So
one cares with the Nationals. All right, let's move on to the AL. Who's your pick for the AL of who you would like to win?
Riley Green,
That is a great pick. The Great Whites of Detroit, I've been on since February, and they are fantastic to watch.
he's a stud. 24, dominating, best team in the AL. Easy choice.
Now, do you think they slip in the second half? Because they haven't
No,
been great the
pitching
last month.
pitching doesn't slip.
So, all right, and then you think they're going to add? I know we disagree on who they're going to get, but who do you think they grab to bolster their line? They need a third baseman.
I mean, they could get Suarez, like I think you wanted, but
Yeah, I don't
I
know if
mean,
they're
the Tigers to me, they're not a team that really does very much. Like I could see them maybe adding, I don't know, like how the Mets a couple years ago got like a Daniel Vogel back. Like they're just not going to go out and get a big name person. It's just
I
not
don't
the
know. I
Tiger.
feel like they're a legacy franchise that spends when the time's right, and the time does seem right.
Yeah, it's also tough now with all these teams still being in it to go and get anybody decent. Like everybody's going after the same like one or two players. I feel like.
Yeah, but again, we'll see how the last like 10 days go out. It's like the Orioles are probably going to be sellers. The Rays
Yeah, but
probably
who are they going to sell? Like they're not going to sell any of their young talent. So
yeah,
then
but they'll send O'Hearn
Mullins maybe.
and O'Hearn.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's a good hitter.
Yeah,
Maybe the Rangers sell.
DeGrom back to the Mets.
Maybe Adolis, could be a big bat.
I would like him. Yeah, he's
The
a good
D-backs
player.
have everybody for sale. So there's a lot of bats on that lineup. Josh Naylor,
Yeah,
he could play first for the Tigers.
right.
Him and Spencer.
Torkel money.
Twins probably sell. Probably
Yeah,
finally get rid of Royce.
who's Royce? Is that the third baseman that
Royce
is
Lewis,
always
yeah,
hurt?
never plays.
He's good, but he's just never on the field.
Reds probably sell. The Reds have, that's the thing is like the Reds have kind of like picked it up.
They're over 500 now.
Maybe Arenado gets traded.
I saw an article today said they're not moving him
Oh, well, I guess I'm wrong on that one. My pick is who I would like to win. A guy I've been high on his entire career, and it's awesome he's finally turned it around again. Is Jeremy Pena. I think
for the Astros.
for the Astros, shortstop for the Astros. He's right
Yeah,
now he's ranked 4th in MVP odds in the AL, which I was kind of surprised by. But he's playing a rock star at defense. He's
yeah,
batting 320 with I think 11 bombs. I don't know.
yeah.
You lose me? Can you hear
Gotcha. Yep.
you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they're leading it without their best player, and he's the big reason why they lost Cole Tucker and Jordan Alvarez hasn't played this year,
Right.
and he's been their best player on their team, and yet they
Yeah.
just blind him. So it goes like a similar point to like Seiya Suzuki, where it's like it's the best player on a team that like otherwise wasn't picked to necessarily be great,
Right.
and now here they are, which I think the Astros definitely had lower expectations this year than the Cubs did.
Yeah, it's just crazy that division's just always
Terrible.
garbage.
Yeah. But yet they've won how many World Series in the last like 10
Right.
out of that
Yeah.
division between them and the Rangers.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's wild to me.
they're great in the postseason, which is all that really matters.
Right.
So just around the top five of the odds, Judge is the favorite, which I was kind of surprised by. You think it'd be Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh probably ends up winning it unless he just completely nukes the second half.
I would
Uh,
love to see that.
him not play you hate the Seattle or you hate Cal Raleigh.
More Cal Raleigh. He broke Ken Griffey's record, so he can.
All right. I am surprised by this that Tariq Skubal is the third ranked MVP odd.
Yeah, I mean he's a stud, but
He
I just
wins.
can't. I can't vote for a pitcher to be MVP when they don't play.
You pitch every fifth day. Yeah.
Right.
Unless
Just
you're a
can't do it.
closer out there getting 70 saves.
Right.
That's that's like the only way I
That's the
can.
only way. Yeah.
Pena at fourth, and then surprisingly, Bobby Wood Jr. was the five spot.
Where's Riley Green?
Riley Green is ninth, behind Cedane Rafaela.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the center fielder for the Red Sox. I don't really understand how he's at eight either. And also Mike
I thought
Trout.
Duran was the center fielder.
No, he plays left now. They moved him over to left, which is probably why they are going to trade him.
Yeah, he's my trade pick for the AL.
All right, well, let's get into that now. So we'll start with the AL. So who's going to get traded and where they're going to go?
AL?
Yeah, AL.
I'm trading the Duran guy to the Mets.
Jaron Duran to the Mets.
Yep.
Do you think do you want this or this is what you think is going to happen?
This is more of a reach.
Of a wish?
Yeah, I mean we have the talent. It's like the prospects to do it. Our outfield is trash.
Yeah.
Um, I just think there's only a certain amount of years that you. I mean, I guess with the Mets payroll, they can always go all in, but you can't. With the amount of prospects they have, they can't just. There's not room on the major league roster, so they're just wasting away down in triple or double A. So
Well, yeah, he's only what, 27 or 28, too, and he has a couple more years of team control.
right, and I can't keep watching what's his face try and play center field.
Tyrone Taylor.
Yeah, or Jeff McNeil.
I mean, he did rob a home run.
I know, but he's like 1,000 years old. He can barely run.
Yeah, he's great out there.
I just can't watch. I can't watch it.
Just to split this for a second, there was recently I saw something on like Instagram Shorts of asking Mets fans their least favorite Met of all time. Who's
Yeah.
your who's your least favorite Met of all time?
Uh, least favorite. I mean, my least favorite Matt of all time. He just got
Jason.
his, he just got his jersey retired.
Now, you and me are I think the only two people on planet Earth who dislike David Wright, and we can go into another a pod on that later. Uh,
Yeah,
but shout out to David Wright for getting his number retired by the Mets. Complete
yeah.
horseshit.
Shout out.
Complete horseshit.
Yeah.
Who plays left field for the Mets most nights?
Nimmo.
But so here's the thing though. If you bring him on, do you have to DFA Tyrone Taylor or Marte? Because Marte still plays, right? And he plays fine.
He's been hurt for like a month now.
So do you DFA Tyrone Taylor?
I think you try and trade some of these guys. Like,
But do you think the Red Sox aren't going to take Tyrone Taylor on?
no, I know, but you could trade him to another team. Like that's a prime somebody like the we were just talking to the Tigers. Like to me, like Marte fits that team.
Yeah. Could use an extra bat. All right, my AL trade is I see Emmanuel Clase as the Indians keep slipping out of the playoff contention. I see Emmanuel Clase going to the Los Angeles Dodgers. I just can't. Their bullpen, their pitching depth is just always trash.
Yeah.
And They just need bullpen arms constantly, and they're probably the only team that will spend the whatever prospects they have to go get them.
Right.
And yeah, I think they'll just do what they need. And you look at the other teams in the NL West, the Padres have a great bullpen. The Giants have a good bullpen. And the NL, the Cubs have a good bull. Like all these teams have good bullpens. It's just like the Dodgers are like the one. I mean, you can always use more bullpen arms, but who's gonna like shell out for like the big name if they had to? I could see the Dodgers doing it because they're used to just making big trades at the deadline.
Yeah. I mean, the Mets could use them, but they won't do it.
No, I mean you're not gonna trade for a closer and then have him be a setup for Diaz.
Right. It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth the capital you're gonna have to give up. All right, who is your NL player who gets traded and where is he going?
Suarez, Eugenio,
I'm on the same page. I believe.
Yankees. They need a third baseman.
I don't think the Yankees have the balls to do it.
Well, they don't have any balls, but yeah,
The last couple
that's the one that makes the most sense to me.
the last couple of years, they just don't pull trig for like the high end talent at the trade deadline because they think they're fine.
Right.
They get the middle of the road guys. Like Jazz Chisholm has played out much better than what they traded for, although they gave up a stud catcher for him, an absolute stud.
Are you talking about the Marlins right now?
The Marlins are a wagon, and I fully expect them to make the playoffs in 2026.
Okay.
Because this is what the Marlins need to do. What the Marlins need to do
Is
is
trade Sandy to the Mets.
they do need to get rid of Sandy, 110%. The
I'll
thing
take
is,
Sandy.
his trade value is so low right now that they're not going to get much for him, which is fine.
That's fine by me.
Because the rest of the rotation is on fire. Yuri Perez, Edward Cabrera, Jackson Junk might be one of the best three-man rotations in ball right now. You are getting 6 innings and 2 runs or less every single time these guys walk out to the mound. They are filthy. Their bullpen could be better, but what they really need is they need a big bat on the corner of the field. Whether that's third base, first base, left or right,
We're talking about the Marlins right now.
we are talking about the Marlins right now.
They're not
Left
trading for
field,
anybody.
left field, no, not. I know they're not doing it this year. They have Kyle Stowers out there. Jesus is okay in right field. Connor Norby sucks. So much asshole. And I'm tired of watching him play third base. Eric,
You want
Mr.
Brett Beatty?
Eric, Mr. Maga,
You want Brett Beatty?
Wagaman. No, I don't want Brett Batty. Don't want him.
What about? I'm not giving you a Mauricio.
But the thing is, the Marlins are at the perfect spot right now
You
where
want you want Luis Angel Acuna?
the Marlins aren't going to trade. The Marlins aren't going to trade anyone big to get like a big person back in return. So like they're going to have to sign somebody in the offseason, which they're never going to do. But anyways, I'm done with the Marlins rant here. I also believe it's going to be Gino, we know, Eugenio Suarez, but I believe he is going to the Detroit Tigers.
No chance.
McKinstry, Baez, like they play fine at third, but to have this guy come in and be an absolute threat in the middle of the lineup, because they are missing some pop. Like
Yeah,
everyone on their team bats between 250 and 290 with like, and they'll probably hit 25 home runs this year, but they're missing like that 35, 40 home run bat in the middle of their lineup.
like Riley Green.
That yeah, he's not gonna have 40 home runs. How many home runs does he have?
24, I think. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Spencer Torkelson has 21. All right, so between the both of them, they have 40, 46. Now you bring in Gino, who's got what, 34 dongs, 35 dongs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that would
You're the
they'd
favorite.
be a they'd
Yeah.
be a yeah, they'd be a problem.
If they pick up Gino, they're the favorite to win the AL.
Right. It's just whether they want to do that.
I think they had the capital. I would say they go for it. It's a baseball.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
legacy
just all these owners that like coddle all their talent. It's like half these guys are not going to work out.
more than half.
Right.
Like
So
80% of them will not be day-to-day baseball players in 5 years.
right. So you got to make moves. When your team's in the hunt and they have a chance, you got to go for it.
On the flip side, though, you do what the Padres do, who I think lost the Juan Soto trade twice by giving up, even though Mackenzie Gore pooped his pants today. Mackenzie Gore, James Wood, and CJ Abrams on the front end, right? Like imagine if those guys were Padres. Like
Right.
they now have a legitimate chance to win the West year after year instead of having Gavin, he shits himself, Sheets in left field, and having Xander, I gave up once you gave me $400 billion at shortstop. So you do that, and then on the flip side, then they traded away Juan when they had a year of control left for fucking and for Michael King, and they also gave up Trent Grisham, who's now like an absolute stud for the Yankees.
Right.
So they lost the trade twice.
Right.
So it can
Well,
backfire.
it's not about. I mean, you got to go. I mean, the Mets trade for Baez with PCA. You got to have the right people pulling the trigger, but you got to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and like at the time it worked out well, right? Like Bios was a stud for the Mets for that half a season.
No, he wasn't. He was flipping off the fans. He was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, but it like because they were losing.
Yeah, but he was openly fighting the fans.
Well, so here's the thing. How do you determine if a trade worked out or not? Do you look at WAR? I think WAR is a useless stat. I think the way
I look at the team success.
yeah, I agree. Regardless of how the player does.
Right. So the Mets sucked that year.
Yeah. So like when the Padres traded for Juan and they made the playoffs and beat the Dodgers and like that's all that matters.
Worth it.
Who cares if he's batting 220?
Right. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Impacts the whole lineup.
Yeah, and you made the trade when it mattered the most.
Right.
So I agree with you. And I think like I saw someone try to make a video and like articles about did the Red Sox already win the trade with Rafael Devers? It's like okay.
Idiots.
Even if the Red Sox make the playoffs this year, the AL is a significantly weaker division, and the Giants would easily make it if they were an AL team.
Right.
Second of all, you gave up a superstar
Right.
for a relief for basically a relief half like starting pitcher. And
Because you decided to bring in Alex Bregman.
yes,
What a mockery.
at age 33.
Absolute mockery.
Yeah, so like it's determining like who wins a trade. Like you can't do it until it's years later and it's team success.
Right.
And even though the Giants ran into a buzzsaw this weekend, I still believe they make the playoffs.
It'll be close.
The only thing that gives me, I've said this all year long because I do hate them, but the Padres not making the playoffs, they probably will make it only because they apparently have, I think they have the easiest strength of schedule the rest of the season.
That's
So,
crazy.
so if that's true, I just like I don't see them trading for anybody in particular.
Right. Yeah, they don't have a lot of capital. Plus, they traded a lot of their prospects already
They have like
the last couple of years.
the only one they have left is Easton Salas, and there's no way you're trading that catcher when your catchers for the last 10 years have been absolute hot dog shit.
Right.
So yeah, I don't see them being too aggressive either, especially as their team ages.
Right.
So all right, that's all I got today for the Ball Knowers podcast.
Yeah, that's all I got as well.
All right. All right. See you guys next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel.